What's up, Leafs Nation? Welcome back to another game preview. I'm Zack Phillips, and today we're going to be taking a look at game number 20 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season as they go up against the 11-5-2 Vegas Goldne Knights. The Toronto Maple Leafs 11-6-2 hosting Vegas here tonight with what is a grossly depleted lineup. No Pacioretty, LTIR, no Austin Matthews, he's somewhere in Germany, no Max Domi, he's on the IR now, David Kampf is on the IR. I mean, if you can name them, they're probably on the IR at this point, so you're getting a bunch of call-ups, we're getting a different roster, we're not getting an Anthony Stolar start here tonight. We have a lot going on, a lot of line shakeup, so we're going to dig into all of that. We'll dig into what each line looks like, what we expect them to perform like here tonight, and we'll look at some of the special teams, because naturally, when you've got all these guys out, other people have to fill into different roles. So we're going to get a different look Maple Leafs team here tonight. But before we get into any of that, I know that a lot of you guys have thoughts, takes, and opinions, and now's your chance to share them. If you hit that link in the description and fill out our quick survey, not only will you help us build the content you actually want to see, but you're also throwing your hat in the ring to win a $250 Fanatics gift card. And guess what? We've got multiple to give away, not just one for one person who fills it out. We have multiple to give away. It's a quick minute of your time that could score you some serious gear cash. Don't wait. This chance ends on November 29th, so get after it. You've got 9 days. 9 days. You want a chance to get yourself some gear cash to get yourself a Matthew Knies jersey before Rosie and his wife buy them all up and hang them all over their basement? Now's the time to do so. Click the link in the description, fill out the quick survey, let us know your thoughts, opinions, how you want to see the show play out, if you want to see improvements, what you like, what you don't like. We want to hear it all, so make sure to click that link in the description. But let's get to today's lineups. Let's head on over to Daily Faceoff and see what we're working with, because we're working with a complete mismatch. Starting with line one, normal. The mismatch does not start here yet. McMahon, Tavares, Marner. These guys the other night on Saturday against the Oilers played exactly as you want them to play. Bobby McMahon, you are the grinder. You have hands, you've got speed, you've got size, but guess what? Your role? Win the cycle game, win battles on the boards and down low, and get the puck to the other two guys. You will get opportunities, you'll be able to capitalize on them. He's done that pretty well so far in his opportunities with this first line. JT, I don't even want to define what JT has to do or who he is or anything like that. We know who JT is. Be a leader out there. Be a guy who is able to finish and rise to the occasion in big moments. He's done that pretty well without Austin Matthews in the lineup. And then on the other side, he's the one guy that I was looking to the most on this line, being like, what is he going to do? How is he going to play without Austin Matthews? Mitch Marner has been incredible in the absence of 34. Incredible. I expect that to continue here tonight, but he's playing like a superstar. He's playing like a guy whose contract comes up at the end of this season. I don't see any reason why that would stop here against Vegas on this Wednesday evening. Second line. This is where things start to go awry. Matthew Knies, second line left winger. Okay, shocker. William Nylander, second line right winger. No big deal. Second line center, Pontus Holmberg. Look, no disrespect to Pontus Holmberg. No disrespect to Pontus Holmberg. Pontus Holmberg, not really the guy I'd be looking for personally, is my second line center. I just don't think that he gives you what you need in that top six. I don't think that he's a guy who can push you up over the edge and make you that much better. I think he's also struggled to start this season. Who knows? Maybe this is the boost that he needs, maybe to kick him in the ass a little bit to get him going, but I've not really been that impressed with Holmberg's game so far this season. You guys in the chat, every time after the game, every time it's hey, another one where Holmberg didn't look that great. Another one we're looking for more from Holmberg. So we've been asking or looking for more from Holmberg, and he hasn't quite delivered yet to this point. I mean, hey, look, another opportunity in the top six, centering between William Nylander and Matthew Knies. Maybe that gets him going, but that's a drop off. I mean, you talk about Tavares to Matthews to Domi and Pontus Holmberg in that spot right now. It's you're putting your depth to the test. You want to talk about putting depth to the test? Take a look at the third line. Nick Robertson, Fraser Minton, Nikita. I'm going to say it wrong, and it's listed wonderfully. I mean, on Daily Faceoff there, it says Grabyankin, which I'm pretty sure he's like the Russian spelling, and then Grabenkin on the back of his jersey right above there, which is what it's on the Leafs jerseys. So apologies to him, as I'm going to completely butcher that until I watch the game here tonight and hear it said for 30 times and it gets ingrained in my brain. So sorry to you guys in the chat who are watching this right now and commenting on these videos. But yeah, Grabenkin, third line right winger. This is a young line. This is a line with a guy in Nick Robertson who has not been able to find any type of scoring touch so far to start this season. Basically went on an absolute freezer from the preseason. And Fraser Minton, who was injured through all of preseason and camp and had to go to the Marlies. And Nikita Grabenkin, who I actually really like and I'm really excited about. But I don't know if either Minton or Grabenkin are really ready for the step to the NHL. I'm not saying that they can't be ready. I'm just saying we haven't really like had it opportunity to prove that they are. So that's an interesting one. Real interesting what we've got on that third line. Not a lot of NHL games played, we'll put it that way. Fourth line, Connor Dewar, Steven Lorentz, Alex Steeves. Ryan Reeves, suspended. David Kampf, IR. Next man up mentality here tonight. I mean, that's all you can say for this team. You're missing guys. You're lacking in certain areas. You're lacking in depth. Who is going to rise to the occasion and say, hey, you know what? That guy might not be here, but I'm going to get it done. That guy might not be in this lineup, but I'll be the one to step up. Defensively, really not much to have to dig into here tonight. We do get a little bit of a shakeup just in terms of reverting back to some of the old D pairings. We're going to get OEL and Riley. I enjoy that. McCabe, Tanev as the second pair. Benoit, Timmins. So obviously Hakanpää comes out. Benoit back in. No issue. I heard Nick and Rosie talking about it. They kind of like the idea of Hakanpää taking a break, take a step back. You know, you're just kind of filtering him in, trying to ramp him up. You didn't expect him to come in game one anyways and be go right out the gates. You got to give him a little bit of opportunity to warm up, get back to NHL pace. No problem here keeping him out and then putting Benoit back in. Another guy who I like, probably hasn't had the greatest start to the season by the standards he set last year for us, but I don't know. I mean, I think he can figure this one out. It's kind of just being, I feel like he's trying to show a little bit too much to Berube right now, and maybe that's doing him a disservice. As for our power play special teams units, first unit, Nyes, Tavares, Marner, Riley, Nylander. That pretty much does not change. Second unit, Robertson, McMahon, Grabenkin, OEL, Timmins. No real issues there. I love that Grabenkin's getting a shot. That's the one that I wanted to point out. I love that Grabenkin's going to get a look. I like this kid. He's feisty. He isn't afraid of anybody. He's got some good hands. He's strong. He's a big body. He seemed to move well. Like, I just like what he brings to the lineup. And now you're going to give him a shot into the second power play unit here tonight. I don't know. I want to see what he can bring. I'm excited about the opportunity for him here. And who knows? If you can get a kid on the cheap who can come up here and make an impact on your lineup, maybe it makes some other guys a little bit more disposable or expendable or whatever the word is. So that's what I've got for tonight's lineups. It's an intriguing one, to say the least. Let's the goalie as well. Last thing I want to say, goalie situation here tonight as well. We're gonna get a Joseph Woll start. He has also not had the greatest start to the season. Stolarz basically took over the net from that first opportunity he got when Woll went down and has not looked back. Woll has had some games where he has looked a little bit shaky. Got some wins under his belt, and that's good for him. You obviously want him to gear back up and get to full health and get to full confidence level. But right now, it's not been the best so far for Joseph Woll to start this season. Who knows? Maybe you get a game against the Vegas Goldne Knights here tonight that you get a win under your belt, and you can start to feel a little bit more confident. Your game gets to the right direction. But as of right now, I do have some concerns for Joseph Woll's start to this season and questions about his health long term and his ability to turn this thing around right now. I'm not trying to say that he's being bad, but it's not being Joseph Woll of last year or the spurts that we've seen him come in and look really, really good. It's just not being that same level for him so far. Let's get to our best bet segment. I broke down the lines. I broke down special teams units. And I've kind of started to look into this Vegas team a little bit and how they're going to match up. I talked with some people who know a little bit more about digging into some of the numbers, about projecting how these teams are going to play. And I think I've got a good best bet for you. So it's time for our best bet segment, brought to you by Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. That's code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. All right, our best bet segment for tonight. You guys know I like to player props, like taking a little bit of a swing on some things. Right now on the season, we are 8-13 record. 8 wins, 13 losses. We've pretty much bet plus money on every single bet except for one. We had Marner over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 105. Outside of that, plus money everywhere else, kind of in that, honestly, between like plus like 100 to like plus 300 pretty much. We are up 0.37 units, up $37 on the season if you're following along with the unit recommendations. And the best bet I have tonight, we're taking a little bit more of a swing. We're gonna go a little bit more for it. This Leafs power play has started to look a little bit better in some of the chances that they're generating and how they're playing up a man. I don't know if it's just simplifying things without Austin Matthews in the lineup. I don't know if it's the change of putting Knies in front of the net or Riley shooting more or they've been given specific instruction to do a specific thing. I don't know. But regardless, they're playing much better. And so it's this Leafs power play that I'm taking a look at here tonight. If you go over to Bet365, which everyone should, it should be in your list of sports books at the bare minimum. I mean, look at all the options you have to be betting on here today. I mean, I've been betting into college basketball already this morning, but I'm going to take a look at the Leafs Goldne Knights game under the NHL section. We're going to go to the player props, and we're going to close this one down and go to power play points here tonight. That's the direction that I want to head. Power play points. My best bet tonight is Matthew Knies to record a power play point at plus 375. We are going to bet $35 on this one at plus 375. My reasoning is this. Look at that second power play unit for the Leafs here tonight, first of all. Young, inexperienced, not really a jump off the page at you, these guys score goals kind of line. So that, in my mind, means that the first line might get a little, first unit at least, might get a little bit more leash. You're going to get let's say you're going to get a couple opportunities here tonight. Maybe they get an extra 10, 15, 20 seconds on the power play and take away some of that time from the second unit. So Knies is naturally going to be out there for a little bit more power play time. The other thing is we've seen him now over this stretch be a force on that power play. Net front, tipping pucks, taking away the eyes of the goaltender. He's becoming an actual threat there in front of the net himself and not just a guy who's creating distractions. He can score goals. He can make great passes. He can find guys at sides of the net. He can tip pucks. Like, it doesn't matter. He can find ways to contribute and get himself on the score sheet. And I just kind of feel right now like Matthew Knies is a guy who's primed to be contributing on the power play. And with a power play that I think is going to be more kind of lenient towards that first unit getting going just based on what you have in the second unit and kind of the inexperience there, I think that this first unit might get a little bit more runway and Matthew Knies might be able to capitalize on that. So my best bet is Matthew Knies to record a power play point plus 375 over on Bet365. Best price across the board here tonight. Best price across the board. Make sure to head on over to Bet365 to bet this one. Your best bet at $35 here tonight will pay $131.25 in profit. $35 bet will pay $131.25 in profit. Make sure to let us know in the comments below if you are betting this one yourself. I look forward to it. Let me know your predictions for the game. Do you like, dislike the best bet? Do you think the Leafs can win here tonight? Do you think they're going to get run out of the building? Do you think guys step up? And if you do, who steps up? I look forward to reading it all. I will be back here following tonight's game against Vegas. Later one here tonight. Later one with a 7:30 puck drop, which is actually not 7:30, as we did see our good friend the Golden Muzzy tweet out, will be a 7:49 puck drop, considering the Leafs will be honoring the Boatmen, the Toronto Argos, on their Grey Cup victory here tonight. So it'll be a little bit later of a post-game. Regardless, you can find me back here breaking everything down following tonight's game for another edition of Leafs Nation After Dark. Enjoy the game tonight. Good luck with that nice bet, and keep believing. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos, make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.